So one thing, so look, check this out. I want people to start to understand. So as I'm talking to you right this, I want you to write it down. I want you to understand that culture is not like we treat culture in the workplace like it's a product. And we'll say, hey, the launch date is this. And what happens behind the scenes, you say, hey, what's this funny acronym that we can create that people can get attached to, which by the way, I'm not against. So and I can talk to y'all about that later in this right here. But I want you to start to understand that culture is the accumulation of things that we do, right? So it's this tiny changes that we make. And you may have identified something in your company culture right now that you say, hey, our people really dislike this piece right here. But what you have to start doing is then have to start doing it. I always equate things to stuff like football. Back in the day, we didn't say, hey, our team wants to be known. We were a finesse team before. Now we're going to be this hard-nosed, defensive and run the ball team. And we don't go out there and say, okay, on June 1st, we will now be known as the hard-nosed run first football team. We play defense. No, we start to make these changes. We implement schemes. We take things in place. We say, hey, we're no longer going to run these plays. We start doing drills that say, hey, you know what? We're going to work on these particular items that we need to do. But what does that look like in business? When we start to change the culture of things, we say, hey, we want to create a caring culture for people and have them understand that we're there for them. We don't say, hey, June 1st, we're going to start caring for you. No, we say, you know what? I want to start setting up more one-on-ones with you. I want to start setting up more time. I want to set up some town halls. That way I can get your feedback as an employee group to see what we can really improve on. You know what? As my supervisors, I really want to set in time to check in with you. How was your weekend going? Ask yourself this question. When is the last time you had a conversation with one of your associates or whatever, your team members? When's the last time you had a conversation with them about how their weekend was going? And you really cared. That's the key part. You really cared about it versus you were just asking it. That way you can get that formality out the way. You check the box. You said, okay, we're moving on. Okay, cool. Now let's talk metrics. When's that last time? When's the last time you really sat down with your team and said, hey, let's just have a huddle up real quick. And then we'll just talk about anything but work. Because I want some insight to get to know you. What are some things that you want? When's the last time you asked your team for feedback? Because that in itself is caring. When's the last time you asked your team for feedback and said, hey, can anybody tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong? Can you tell me? And not wait for a survey to come out that says, hey, these are the things. And then you meet with your manager and they say, well, on this survey right here, it says that you should have changed these things. And, and now I need you to go change them because this is what people said and you don't want a bad survey again.